Hello, I am Dallynn, and I am assisting in the research of why the human attention span is reducing and its effects harmful. I'm going to be joined by my friend Ashton, who is ignorant on this topic, and to an extent, he has no idea that this is going to be the topic. So I'm interested in his reactions to what research I have conducted, and I hope that you learn something new.
Ready, big dog?
Oh boy, am I.
All right. So I've been telling you about this, but you have no idea what I'm gonna talk to you about, right?
It's
Not a
true.
clue.
I have literally no idea.
All right. So you've probably heard that the human attention span is reducing, right?
Well, I haven't heard, but I know yet.
You know
Yeah,
exactly.
it's pretty
Um,
obvious. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. That's actually part of the reason why I wanted you to do the background video. That was the reason for it,
Uh huh.
and that's what my kind of like topic is about: is why our human attention span is reducing and why it's harmful. So, do you know that we have different types? You have ADHD, right? Diagnosed like ADHD,
Yeah, I do.
or did?
I did when I was
Okay,
little. Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so ADHD, isn't that like an attention issue, correct?
The attention
If I'm not
deficit
mistaken,
disorder. I
is that what
think.
it is
I don't know.
called?
Pretty sure. Don't quote me.
It's something around there. No, yeah, it's something around there. So you're not far off. Two different types of attention, and these are going to be very important as I kind of fill you in on what's like going on.
Uh huh.
So, could you guess, based off of just two types of attention, what they would be called? You don't have to get exact because obviously it's going to be extremely difficult. Probably one of these you've never heard before.
I'm confused by the question.
Okay, so let me, I guess, tell you a little background. So, during, I think, 2023, there was a study done by Dr. Kim Mills and Dr. Gloria Mark. They actually did a podcast
Mm-hmm.
called Speaking of Psychology, and they talked about primarily why obviously the human attention span's reduced, and one of the driving factors, especially at the beginning, is there's like different types of attention that get satisfied in different ways.
Like different areas of like dopamine or what?
Kind of, but it's more like how we focus, essentially. Like there's two different types of ways that we focus.
Huh.
One of them is, I'll tell you the answers. One of them is like a conscious focus, and it's something that we can really focus on. Like, for example, if you're playing or editing a video and you're just like focused in on that for hours,
Mm-hmm.
that is called focused attention. Like, it's obviously pretty easy to figure out. But the other one, there's an opposite one where it's actually called rote attention. And it's basically where your mind is engaged, but it's not challenged. It's very easy. Much of our life is done through rote attention. Putting it like that, it seems like rote attention would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, but the thing is we overuse rote attention, and short form content especially has made it so we constantly get stimulated. Obviously, I think you kind of probably know this.
Yeah.
And that constant stimulation makes it very hard for things that take longer to stimulate to, I guess, basically like fire dopamine, literally.
Yeah.
It takes a lot longer. I want you to, in 2004, I want you to guess the average attention span of a human being.
Like in duration.
Duration to like the nearest, like within a range of about 10 seconds,
Oh, it's seconds
plus or minus seconds, minutes, it doesn't matter.
in 2004.
In
This was like
2004,
before the revolutionary like smartphones and like
right.
I'm gonna
Right.
like,
This was before
but
a
like,
lot
what
of
is the
technology.
calculation though? Like based on how long they can sit and sit there?
Actually, you know what? That's actually a good point. So how it was done is they would essentially put someone into doing a task, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and it would change whenever they changed tasks. Like, let's say they were writing and then they opened an email, or they looked away.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they disengaged. So it's basically how long they stayed engaged in their task before switching.
I'm gonna say 30 minutes. That's a really high guess, but I really
That's
don't know.
extremely high.
Yeah, that's
The
that's
average
very high. Yeah.
was about 150 seconds, which is 2.5 minutes.
Really?
That doesn't seem like a long time, but think about it. If you were doing something and like you quickly like looked away and then like looked back, that's not too bad. Especially if
Yeah,
they
I
were
guess
very
I'm just
simple
like it's
tasks.
hard to like visualize what you're really meaning. Like it's hard to visualize like what the
Okay.
test was actually like. Like if I was tasked with like reading a book or something, I feel like they would have been engaged for a while because like every like bit of like something you got from back then was just read, like newspapers. The news
Yeah.
was popular, but you still had to read like articles and stuff.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so it was literally just like them, they were told to just do regular work. There was no quota they had to reach or anything, and they had an email opened as well.
see, and that's another factor that makes
And
it
if
hard
the
is not
email
setting a
opened-
goal, like just aimlessly kind of doing something. Then yeah, I mean that's pretty hard.
I love that you brought that up because that will actually come in handy.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean that's hard. I'm gonna be honest.
that was 150 seconds was 2004, 2 years obviously before we were born.
Yeah,
A long time ago. So,
we're
and
not
was
that
actually
old.
when they
Damn.
began this study. They would literally take out stopwatches. This was before even Task Manager was like able to track it. They would literally use stopwatches,
Yeah.
and it was found that 2.5 minutes, 150 seconds. That was the average. Of course, there's a little more, a little less, but average.
Yeah.
As years went on, if
How
I
many
remember right,
participants?
it was. I do not remember. If I remember,
And who did the study? Was it like a
Dr. Mills
huh?
and her team?
Hmm.
Dr. Marks. I am sorry, Gloria Marks did it, not Mills. Marks. Gloria Marks did that. So, and then about 8 years later, it went all the way down to 1.25 minutes or 75 seconds in 2012. So when smartphones were beginning to pick up quite a bit of traction, but there was not really short form content, it went all the way down. It literally cut in half from 150 seconds to 75 seconds in 8 years. And in 2023, when they did the same test, they literally, and when they had Task Manager, it was literally whenever they just clicked onto a new tab or something.
Mm-hmm.
That was switching tasks.
Huh.
Guess what the average attention span was in 2023 compared to
2023, probably 15 seconds.
it's actually surprisingly it's not that low, but it's pretty low. It's 47 seconds.
Yeah, I
This is
mean
mostly
the cutoff though, like that's like a halfway cutoff between
I did the calculation.
not even 20 years.
I did the calculation, and it was a 70.625% decrease
In like
in our
what?
attention span in
2023,
19 years.
yeah, 19 years, bro. That's
That's
I don't know, man. That's a pretty steep cutoff.
crazy. That's a very steep. And I was like, wow. Like
Yeah.
when I did the math, I was like, that is like numbers you see, 4,750. Like it's a lot, but is it that much?
Yeah.
We've almost lost 3/4 of our attention span.
Yeah.
And other things I've found, the attention span of the average like teenager to a younger kid is under that of a goldfish.
Did you conduct these studies yourself, or did you just read off of
I
like?
have been reading based off of other people, but I've used multiple sources to kind of verify, especially with APA stuff, like American Psychological Association stuff.
Yeah.
Kids obviously have lower attention spans than adults, like that's just a given.
Yeah.
But if you think about like, imagine your attention span, like you're more easily distracted than a goldfish.
Yeah. It's pretty
Like,
insulting.
It is. It really is insulting. We kind of went over it, but the most probable cause of this was the constant stimulation from short form content. But it's not just for short form content. If I message you right now and your phone wasn't on silent, do not disturb, you'll hear a ding, right?
Yep.
That ding while it may just seem like it's an alert, it actually goes back and deals with our old systems of how we perceive the world. For example,
Interesting.
if we're walking through the forest and we hear a branch snap behind us or snap a little ways from us, we automatically want to look towards it, right?
Yep.
Because it's basically like reflex, it's instinct.
Yeah.
That's actually what notifications do to us. Our
Huh.
brain is still instinctively checking that because it's like a noise out of nowhere or a stimuli that needs to be analyzed to make sure that obviously we're not going to die.
Yeah.
When I found that out, I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like notifications, like yeah, they're great, but they're literally preying on our instinctive ability. I will try and find the exact wording used by Gloria Marx because it was very interesting. I'm gonna kind of dismiss this like little bit because this is another point I want to bring up that deals with kind of something I forgot to mention earlier when we were talking about attention. So we're gonna switch our focus back to attention a little bit. When you switch, let me think. How do I word this? If you are editing your video, Ashton,
Mm-hmm.
and you switch to doing homework for like 2 minutes and then switch back, do you find it more difficult to be like locked back in on both tasks, or like you went from video to homework and then right back to video? Do you find it harder to
Yeah.
go back to the video or easier?
Harder.
There is a reason for that. I mean, obviously, there's a reason for it. But it's essentially your brain. I'm trying to find it, but it's essentially when you switch your attention, it's basically your brain lags, and if you switch attention so rapidly, especially multiple times as like we do all the time,
Mm-hmm.
our brain essentially lags and it takes longer to get reacquainted and refocused back into that task, which is why it's kind of like the thought of like door amnesia, where when you walk through a door you kind of forget like why did I go in there.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing. Your brain like does like a quick tries to reset, but at the same time focus, and it messes with your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, it makes sense, but it's also it also doesn't make sense, because our brain is always trying to predict stuff. Why is it can't predict that though? And
Yeah.
that's kind of weird. Let me find the one thing. But yeah, so I guess I'll ask your opinion on it, because what do you think is most detrimental about the attention span, like reducing?
Well, obviously,
Yes.
with the quick dopamine and people not having to do anything and just getting a quick dopamine rush, it's like having a. Am I allowed to like how loud am I? How allowed am I to like go here? Like, am I allowed to
Go nuts.
cuss or okay? So it's like
I would
people.
keep it to like a lower minimum, but if you said a few, we're college.
It's like the same thing as like a addiction is like your body releases
yeah.
the same amount of dopamine as like doing a bump of pain. So it's like when you keep doing that, it's hiring depression because you're completely unstabilizing your dopamine levels and you're giving yourself quick
Right.
dopamine all the time. I mean, yeah, obviously that's going to have a very not only negative effect on the attention span, which is going to hinder you in life, but it also is just messing with your brain and I feel like upping depression rates. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's actually literally, I was reading this again. When you switch attention so much, your brain become stressed.
Yeah.
Like you literally become more stressed.
Yep.
And stress is a very big factor with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Those two almost always go hand in hand.
I'm not shocked by
we are
that at all.
causing what?
So I'm not shocked by that at all. It makes
Oh,
a
I
lot
thought
of
you
sense.
said you're not sure about that. My
Oh.
bad. I was like, what?
He said,
yeah,
"Do I need to spell
for
it out for you?"
stress, stress causes anxiety, vice versa. And then we constantly, basically, where it's like self-sabotage, like we
Yeah.
automatically just do it ourselves, and then we wonder why it's a problem. Because we're literally trying to fix a problem that we're causing, but we don't want to fix the problem at its roots. We're just trying to we're mowing over the weeds instead of pulling them out.
Yeah. It's a pretty good way of looking
Yeah.
at it. But at the same
And
time, I don't really know how you'd fix this problem because I feel like we're already pretty, like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, like the short form content that hundreds of millions of people are
literally
enjoying
a
is,
pandemic right now.
yeah. It's the same thing with like AI, is like people are completely like AI-ologists, and they're like every single answer they get to literally anything is coming from AI. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's completely taking, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's very detrimental to our society.
It is. One, Gloria Mark actually does mention kind of like a small way that you can not necessarily just bring your attention span back completely, but a way that you can reduce the stress of it. And it's literally, we neglect breaks, like meaningful breaks, is her like exact wording. Like when we're constantly switching attention, we don't take a long enough break in between it that our brain can't catch back up.
Yeah.
Which is why many people say even going and doing a task as like super simple. Like one thing, it wasn't Mark that said it, it was a different site. I will try and find that. It literally said even just something as simple as like, okay, I need to go take a break. I'm just gonna go wash a dish. That's all you do. Just go wash a dish, come back, and your brain will have shifted most likely back into whatever you were trying to do first, better than if you were to just switch back instantly.
Yeah. Well, that leads into another point of like when you're like your dopamine levels can't just like reset immediately. Like, you know, once you
No.
get to a certain high, you have to continue to get to that certain high of like dopamine levels to feel the same. So like you're exposing yourself to it so much, and then like and then that's what causes depression, is like you're like you can't reach that unless you do more.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to read you this brief part in what Gloria Mark said, because I have it pulled up, and I just want to hear, not necessarily, you can speak your thoughts, absolutely, but I want you to essentially agree or disagree, maybe, because you probably know more people than I do, maybe. So Gloria Mark said, we've done a study with internet blockers, and it turns out it very much depends on an individual's personality. So people who have poor self-regulation skills can benefit from these kinds of blockers. Do you
internet blockers, like as in like not accessing the internet?
Essentially.
Like a screen limit, like a screen time, essentially?
It's kind of. So here, I'll go back up to the previous paragraph to kind of explain it. It's essentially where your internet is like inaccessible during certain periods of the day.
Huh. Yeah, so it's just like a older version of a screen time, basically.
Basically, and it's kind of like a parent watching over you and making sure.
So would I agree or disagree that some people may benefit from having a screen time?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone would benefit from that. I feel like there's no valid reason to be on your phone 24/7 or whenever you want to have access to it. Like I feel like taking a break and like going to do something grounding or like something that, you know, requires your attention or requires your, you know, logical skills is healthy and stimulating in a way better way than just sitting there doom scrolling.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong, because I can't, because this is a very difficult topic to just pinpoint scientifically. Mark, in the same thing, said that so it basically was low self-regulation, so people who aren't, like if you're super impulsive, internet blockers would do you good. And I'm assuming how the internet blocker works is essentially if you are working on a task, you could only access this specific thing, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
While it said if you had very good like regulation skills, like self-regulation, and you weren't like, ooh, site, click on it. Ooh, site, click on it.
Yeah.
It would actually harm you.
And how does
And
she
it said-
figure that?
So it says why? Because these are the people who are very good at taking breaks and coming right back to work. They can essentially, they're able to make sure that they aren't just switch. Like they'll move on for a moment and then like take a very mini break and then come back instead of having to bounce between 50 sites. They can just work on their one thing, take a small break, and then they can go to something else, take a small break, and then come right back.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I feel like especially nowadays, like the people that would be able to regulate themselves, like when it comes to technology and like doing that, I feel like is a lot lower than people who can. So I'm speaking more in terms of like nowadays. I'm sure this study, you said the study was like in 2004, so it's a lot different.
No, so this podcast was in 2023.
Okay, that's pretty relevant.
The study was conducted from 2004 even to now.
Huh.
But they just talked, like they've been studying this since 2004.
That makes sense.
So it's been continuous.
Because like I'm trying to think of it in like now terms, because like nobody like doom scrolls on like websites. That's not a thing.
No.
But if you're talking about like being able to switch tasks, like when you're like supposed to be doing something, that makes a lot more sense. Like people who are able to like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like different personalities can do different things.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, like I said, this study. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably still going on. I don't think our attention span was probably reduced too much. They said it kind of plateaued about 47 seconds. The median was actually 40 seconds. I forgot to mention that earlier. The median time was 40, but the average was 47.
Huh.
So that one was like, wow.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was. And I guess I asked you earlier what you thought and whatnot, so I guess I can answer that question as well, especially since it's kind of my project. So I feel like
you should be giving your opinion.
I think this is not just mind-boggling, but it makes a lot of sense, especially since we're getting to the generation where now we're like looking at middle schoolers and younger, like these like milk drinking turds are like so much stupider than us. We're getting to that like elder mentality almost.
Yeah.
And this study, albeit it seems kind of rude to think of like kids like that, it's kind of making sense where we're losing our attention span and so many kids have devices now, it's not even funny. Like I feel like more kids nowadays, and I mean I'm not like the person to speak on like act like I'm better than people because I had devices too.
Yeah, we both grew up on iPads. Like literally
grew up on
in
iPads,
third grade,
so.
Like Miss Heater's class, bro. We had the iPad.
Yeah.
Had the iPad car.
Like
iPad. Yeah.
6th grade, like everyone was hyped because we got to take our iPads home in 5th grade. We were that good.
Like we grew up on technology.
We grew up on technology, and it's like crazy to think where we are nowadays. We're like, technology is great. There's actually a technology paradox I'm going to mention with this, where it's a great thing that technology is being implemented in schools, but it's also literally having the reverse effect where it's harming.
Yeah.
So now it's just a weighing of what's better, what's worse. It's like pros and cons. And it's I don't even know what side to vote on because I grew up on technology. Is my attention span cooked? It's far better than some. Is it perfect? No. My attention span's not great. I am such a curious person that I get so easily distracted on tangents. Like I Google something, like if something pops into my mind that I'm curious about, I'm gonna Google it. That's just how my brain works. I want to figure it out.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? Yes, it does get me off topic quite a bit. But
I feel like it's
not
good
always
and
bad.
bad. I don't know. I feel like having like that. I read an entire discussion about like our library is gonna go. Like our library is eventually just gonna be shut down because there's no point in
I don't think so.
having a place where, like all of the information lies when it's literally in people's pockets at all times.
Exactly.
But the only counter argument that I seen for it was like it's a place of community and like like place where people can gather for just community. But I feel like having information like that on the go can be extremely useful, especially for like GPS and stuff. Like it's just kind of, it can be definitely a quality of life thing, but I feel like it definitely like especially with like AI, it definitely needs to have an end. It definitely needs to have a limit.
Yeah, I mean, like, if someone was, like, dying on the ground next to you, you didn't know CPR, you can literally watch a video talking you how to do CPR right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's really good.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, it's better than nothing in most scenarios. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But it's also led to technology where people are using it, and it's actually one of the highest death rates, or mortality rates, that's the way I should put it, of teenagers is technology. So like, and driving. Like we have gotten to the point where even driving, like focusing on driving is such a difficult task to focus on it that we have to pull up our phone.
Yeah.
And as someone who has to drive 6.5 hours home, the only time I check my phone maybe one time every hour while on the road. I just tap on it, I look and see if there's a call or any important messages. That's it. Like I just read who it's from.
Yeah.
If it's a call, I'll call them. I'll just tap, make my Siri call, and I go from there. I hate texting on the road because obviously it's very dangerous. But it's also like I don't need to look at it. Like, I mean, granted, I have the radio playing, so it's not like I can just, I'm perfect in every way. I have something like providing me some stimulation, but it's not like I don't need to listen to music.
Well, I mean, and as humans, we literally need stimulation. Like, have you ever watched Vsauce's series on like isolation? He spent like a week isolated. It's like within a day or two, you're going crazy immediately because like you need some sort of stimulation.
Yeah. So some stimulation is good. Like, I don't think my checking my phone and out once in every so long is bad, but I feel like I love my mother to death. I do, but I swear that my mom is probably on her phone. It feels like more time, like while she is driving, she looks at her phone. Probably feels like more than she looks at the road, and it's.
I can concur. Not to mention she drives a pretty fast vehicle, so it's pretty it's pretty scary.
It is like.
Yeah, I can concur.
So it's like, Mom, why? Like, and she's normally texting. She's looked on Facebook a few times, and it's like, is it someone dying?
Yeah. Is it really that important?
Is it really that important? Like, even my mom, for example, when I'm on the road and I'm driving, mind you, she has me on Life 360. She can literally see my location being broadcasted to her. And she will still text me, "Are you okay?" Like, it's like, yeah, I'm still driving. It hasn't alerted you that I crashed.
Yeah.
If I had a problem, I'd probably call you.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. My car is still going straight. I'm still on the road. I haven't been hit yet.
Yeah, we're still alive for now.
We're still alive, so yes, I'm fine. Like I don't even text her back because, like I said, I hate doing that. Like I'll ask my Siri to do it maybe, but I don't even want to read the text because then my eyes are distracted. And I think that's one thing I feel like we need to begin implementing. Not even just begin implementing. I guess just making it a thought in people's mind that we need to become more disciplined as people, especially as our younger generations come up, even our generation. We just need to become more disciplined. We are so easily distracted that it's become a problem where it's leading to so many of us teenagers dying that
Yeah, there was this
we're
kid
having to
named
like,
Ethan, and he lived in a little small town next to where I lived. He literally rammed into a back of a semi truck while texting and driving, and he died. He's like 16.
yeah,
Little town called
like
Colby, Kansas. It's like
yep.
it's that easy. It takes one slip up like that, and not even just like taking your own life like that. Imagine like you hit like a family SUV or
Imagine you were a
something.
semi doing it. Like
Yeah,
people, or it's not just our generation. Older generations do it too.
yeah,
Like I've seen videos of semis being distracted and they just bang. They crush a car in between, and I mean 90% of the time, everyone in that vehicle is dead. There's a
yeah,
very small chance that someone makes it out alive without extensive injuries, or even worse, permanent injuries,
yeah.
like paralysis or something. So I definitely feel like our generation, especially since we're becoming the generation where we're basically going to become the elders of our youth right now,
Yeah.
is we really need to figure out a way to make people, I guess, not be so easily manipulated by
Well, and these
our,
problems have always been a thing. Like our
yeah.
generation had brain rot. Like we had like Nyan
Oh,
Cat and but
right,
it's just amplified times 40 million. It's
right.
like all
No,
you
it
see online
absolutely
is
is.
brain rot.
Yeah. And I mean, AI hasn't made this any easier.
Yeah.
But have you like seen like, what is it called? Cocomelon. Someone actually did like I don't want to call it a study, but they did an analysis on Cocomelon, and like most kid channels, like the average cut times between
Yeah, it
them
was like 2
before they would
seconds.
transition.
Yeah.
Most of them were like
Yeah. Like
8 seconds.
it's literally it not bro,
Cocomelon was
not
like
even
2.
not even like 2.
Literally
Yeah,
not
like
even
2
2
seconds.
seconds. It was like
Like
a second and a half
it's
long.
literally
It's like that.
formulated to be extremely addicting. Like it's literally like,
Exactly.
and so many parents reported after their kids got done watching Cocomelon that like their kid would literally act like bat crazy until they put it back on. Like their kids are literally addicted to Cocomelon.
Literally, it's like
Yeah,
funnily enough, Coco.
yeah,
Yeah, there's ways we can solve it. I This is gonna be my little political take. I feel like the TikTok thing, when TikTok was gonna be banned, people were causing like a giant uproar. Granted, I don't have the site, but I really didn't think it would be that bad. Like, first off, there are so many other ways that you can do short form content. First off, like, oh no guys, TikTok is like my only way people know me. Why didn't you just make a YouTube channel and begin putting it on there? What is the difference? Like, if they wanted to find you, if they really wanted to watch you, they can find you on other platforms if you made it the effort to put in another one.
well, and I mean, there was a lot of pioneers to short form content like Vine. Vine was so early on. That was
Vine.
like 2014. That was forever ago.
But Vine would also last. Vine, yes, short form content. But I don't think, I don't know. They were always comedic sketches, but like, which I think is not, I'm not going to say it's better, or I'm going to say it's worse. It's about the same. But I didn't feel like Vine was as addicting as a kid compared to what people feel like now. but
Yeah.
I didn't watch as much Vine, so I can't exactly give a perfect opinion on it. No, I feel like we can do better, and even as like the site I was reading, there is ways that we can improve it, and it's self-control. Like if we can just develop self-control, especially when we're young,
Yeah.
I think it can make our lives so much easier, just in general. Like we learn stuff better as kids, so if we can teach kids to have better self-control and want to learn rather than just go from one dopamine hit to the next,
Yeah.
it could benefit us a lot more as a species compared to our short form content where we're basically killing each other
Yeah.
by just videos online, and then we're hitting people where we're ending people or head-onning people, or even just being cyberbullied because of social media. And if we don't have the same amount of follows as someone else, we're insignificant to them.
Exactly. That's another thing is like social media is so like there's no way to like put it other than like if you get likes on your post and like people see your post blows up a little bit, you're getting dopamine from that. Like you're happy
Yeah,
about that. You want
that
that.
was actually literally that was a point made where we want gratification. So whenever we get a like, whenever we get a follow, whenever we get something, we like dopamine hit. Now I have to continue doing this. It's like
Yeah.
not really,
All right.
not really.
Down. Can we take like a 2-minute break? I gotta piss.
For information on it, if anyone watching ever really wants to find this, like I said, it's Gloria Marx. It is called Speaking of Psychology. It is episode 225. Speaking of Psychology, Why Attention Spans Are Shrinking with Gloria Mark, PhD. That is one of the sources. If you really feel inclined, you are absolutely welcome. It's like I said, it's a podcast. So feel free to listen through it. Feel free to read the transcript. That's where I've gotten a lot of my information from, is from the video or the audio transcript. It's wonderful, gives a lot of information, and it could, excuse me, potentially give you insight and maybe change ways that you see the world. Maybe it won't. That's fine. I'm not here to be your boss. But it never hurts to learn something new. Excuse me. Ooh, I really need to bring that. So I'm going to the let you in on a bit of some information before Ashton gets back. So if you want, when we were talking about attention earlier, way at the beginning, so a long time ago, we actually have different times where our focused attention is greater than what it normally would be in other times of the day. So, and it comes in rhythms. So it literally will have like a peak, and then it'll go back down, kind of plateau, and then it'll peak again, kind of plateau, and then the next day, again and again and again. So our focused attention has peaks in the mid-morning and early afternoon. So this is why schooling may feel easier towards about 11 o'clock, shortly before lunch probably. About 10 to 11 o'clock is roughly the time that was given. Sometimes people are a little earlier, sometimes are a little later, but around that time. And then early afternoon, about 1 to 2 o'clock, or 3 to 4 o'clock, just depending. Some students feel really engaged before they get out of school. Some are really engaged right after they get out of school. So that's why it's kind of different. And some people are just, like I said, it differs between person to person. But the other version, where it's not focused, where we're not very engaged, very challenged, is the rote attention. Rote is spelled R-O-T-E. you're trying to Google it. And our engaged but unchallenged attention is nearly constant. So if you're sitting here listening to me speak, it's very,
All right, I'm back.
I mean, it may not be engaging, but it's not challenging either. What's up, Ash?
I've returned.
Awesome. I was actually just talking about, so I'm gonna make this really condensed. That way they don't have to listen to the same thing twice.
Mm-hmm.
When I was talking about attention earlier, I completely skipped over this on accident, and I think this could make sense. So when I was talking about focused attention, that's when we're very engaged and very challenged. It comes in like rhythms, like peaks and then like plateaus, peaks and plateaus.
Yeah.
Our peak is in like mid-morning and early afternoon. So like 9 to like 11 a.m. is normally when we peak in the morning to focus. And early afternoon depends. Some people peak about 1 to 2. Most people peak about 3 to 4 though. About those times. That's when we actually focus really well. But in other times, basically every other time that isn't that, we are engaged and unchallenged, which is rote. That's why we focus. That's why it's so easy to get distracted, is because that's just constantly what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Is constantly rote attention. Should have brought that up at the beginning, but
Yeah.
I kind of forgot.
It's a pretty good point.
Yep. I was like, oh, like I was reading my own research paper, and I was like, oh, I forgot right about this. No, that literally would help my point so much earlier. Anyway, doesn't matter now. I brought it up. So, are there any points that you think are like really valuable to this? That or even an insight on maybe how we could fix it as people?
Honestly, I have literally no idea. I feel like trying to limit how much you're like, using your devices and like how much you're, doom scrolling. Try to bring back like more brain demanding tasks like reading or puzzles, or try to bring that market back. I feel like that would help a lot. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay. So when I said the 8-second thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really true. Like, that's not actually our attention span. Of course, I told that. Like, I literally said that our attention span is much greater than that. But a lot of people believe that because how easy we're able to switch. But I'll answer my own question now. Yes, I think we can. I think there is a way that we can bring our attention span back. Especially if I can find this site. I gotta find it. I had all of this prepared, and then I deleted it all because I was like, I'll just make the video myself. And then I was like, oh no, you're off. And I just didn't bring it back.
Yeah.
I'll find it. Right there. Awesome. Found it. Let me go way to the bottom, because that's where it was. And for people that want to know what this site is, it is, I will tell you, because I feel like these people need credit. Obviously, they made it. It is Saheen Ahmed, a data scientist, and the article is The Diminishing Attention Span, How Technology is Reshaping Our Minds. So you can just Google that, and it'll show up. It's a good read. And it actually references Gloria Marx and her discussion. Anyway, here are the ways that it recommended, and you tell me, Ashton, if you agree with this, if you disagree, neutral, because we may have different thoughts. So obviously technology is here. It's not going nowhere. So do you think you could go an entire day without unnecessary notifications? Like any distractions from social media, your phone, or anything?
Do you think I could make it that way, or do you think that would happen?
Do you think you could?
Yeah, I could go a day.
Okay, good. So that's really easy, right?
I wouldn't say it's like
Wrong.
really easy, but
No, I was
wrong.
being funny. Okay. Um. So these are some ways. This quick little section is going to be focused on how we can improve it in like the technology paradox, where it's hurting attention, like hurting students and helping students.
Mm-hmm.
This offers solutions to the attention crisis, as the wording literally says here. So there's microlearning and nano learning. So instead of making big, basically throwing a bunch of topics at you at once, break it up into sections, like very short lessons
Mm-hmm.
to help people remember it. That's actually one thing I've liked about college, is we've done that, and I've remembered quite a bit. So I think that's been a very beneficial. Using Kahoot is one of them. Duolingo and Kahoot. I don't know how fun Duolingo is. I can't give my insight. Kahoot's pretty fun.
Duolingo's a lot of
That
fun. It makes like,
it is.
yeah, I like this kind of ass where it like makes it like feel like a game almost, where you're like progressing.
Yeah, like fun math games.
Yeah.
Dude, I love fun math games. Anyway, I'm gonna get distracted if I talk about fun math games. Uh, Virtual reality and simulations. That I think is gonna be a lot more difficult because obviously VR headsets are fairly expensive, and especially
Yeah.
letting students use that, like that's bad. No, I I don't know how much that would be helpful. Simulations probably better, but VR, that's gonna be a little more difficult, a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
AI powered, so using like adaptive learning, Khan Academy. I don't know how much you like it. I think Khan Academy has been one of my best things if I've ever need to learn math
I've
or
never even heard of
something.
that.
It's a very, what's the word? So it's fairly thorough, but it teaches you quite a bit.
Hmm.
And if you like need to go, you can go, come back. And it'll like it has like little quizzes throughout, so it keeps you engaged. If I remember right, I've always liked it.
Yeah.
But now here's the attention recovery toolkit. This is science-based backed strategies. I am not going to state on whether or not how science-backed these are. There's a lot of sources at the bottom. Feel free if you check out this site to go through them. That is by far too much effort for this little video. And I think Ashton would probably fall asleep. He would lose his engagement if I did all that.
Yo, come on. I'm not that brain rot. Come on.
Okay, but come on, going through like 50 sources trying to find one thing, you'd probably fall asleep.
I might.
Yeah. But yeah, so meditating. That's literally one of the top ones, is just 10 minutes of meditating
It's pretty.
to like resist distractions. And in general, I feel like that's just a good thing in general. Just to
Yeah, meditation is very strong.
I meditate while I'm in the shower. Like I literally sit with my head against the wall, or just stand there with my head against the wall and let the water hit my back, and I just think.
It's
Like,
pretty.
Normally I meditate about, I don't really clear my mind. I just plan my day. But it helps me like focus.
Yeah.
And it also trains your brain to resist distractions. Probably a better way to do that is having like notifications go off and you ignore them.
I mean,
think,
that's
like,
already a natural
literally
thing, though.
making
Do you know what
yourself
notification fatigue is?
or something. Yeah,
It's where you
I
just
do.
you just tune out notifications when you just get them all the time.
Yep. So then the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That means I'd have to go outside because my room I don't think is. Actually, I could look at the mirror. That might be 20 feet. Anyway. Yeah, I got distracted there.
This whole episode's about.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
yeah.
this whole episode.
Yeah.
This whole episode's literally about getting distracted, and I just did. It reduces digital eye strain and helps refocus attention. That probably reduces eye strain. Probably not significantly, but it probably does a little bit.
Anything's better than
Obviously, it'll
nothing.
exactly. Disable non-essential notifications. This is so true. Like, especially driving. People like the only times notifications should go off is if someone's like important that is texting you, or there is like genuine like threats. Like that's why like an Amber Alert, for example, bypasses your like silence. Like it doesn't matter if your phone's on silent. That thing's
Yeah.
gonna ring and it's loud, but it's important.
Well, and you can
Establish.
also have like emergency like contacts. So like if somebody
Yeah.
you absolutely need, or it's like an emergency, or there's like an emergency bypass.
Yeah, there is. It's normally like 3 calls. Like if someone really needs to get a hold of you, call like it's like
Yeah.
a setting. They call you like 3 times and it will, no matter, even if your phone's on silent, it's going to ring loud. If someone's calling you 3 times, it better be important. If it's
Yeah.
not, I will hang up the phone in the first 2 minutes. If it's not that important, if you don't convince me it's important, I'm hanging up. Like,
Yeah.
you're distracting me. Establish tech-free hours, especially before bedtime. That's absolutely true. I've done it enough. It's not healthy, so please do not do this. But I've done it enough where I can go to bed right after playing, and I can go to sleep pretty well. Not all the time. So it just depends on if I'm playing a very chill thing or if I'm playing something that's very mentally challenging. So yeah, absolutely. It's not even just establish tech-free hours. Do something that keeps you engaged and focused. Just keep it away from technology. I think that's the easiest way. Like reading a book, even 10 pages, you're going to make a lot of progress and you're going to become even just a better reader. Best suggestion I can offer, personally. Ashton, you got thoughts
I agree.
on that? You agree?
I
Perfect.
concur.
I concur. Yeah. Yes, man. I won't read through all these. I will. Hey, look, read physical book. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna say this one last thing. 2 last things, actually, because these 2 are important before we talk about maybe one last topic. If Ashton doesn't decide, he's
Yeah, if I don't decide
Anyway.
to give up, if I don't decide that this is too much
Please.
before I give in.
These are the 2 things I want people to. I feel like people should try. I think these could be helpful. The first one, definitely. Single tasking. Multitasking is one of the worst things that we say we do. We are not multitasking. Whenever we say, oh yeah, I'm multitasking, I can type an email and then I can type this, like I'm multitasking. It's actually not. You're literally just switching tasks really quickly. Multitasking would be like listening to music and writing, or listening to something and writing it down.
Yeah.
That's multitasking, not switching back and forth between tabs and like typing here, typing here, typing here, typing here. That's switching. Just do one single task. Of course, if you have to switch tabs, because information here, then write it. That's more sense. But ooh, how tall are kangaroos? Okay, now I need to do my. Oh, now how old does a kangaroo live? Like no, stay focused on one task.
Yeah.
I think that one is gonna be, and it's more efficient too. You're gonna you'll stay focused. And there's something called the Pomodoro, Pomodoro technique, where you do 25 minutes of focused work and then a 5-minute break. I think that would be very helpful. It kind of goes along with the 20-20-20 rule. So be like, it's 10 o'clock, right my time. So
Yeah.
25 minutes, so 10:25, I'm going to focus on doing my work, and then at 10:25, I'm going to go leave for like 5 minutes. I'm going to go downstairs, maybe grab a snack, maybe take a drink, walk back up, and 10:30 starts, and I do that work again. Cycle begins.
Sounds like
What
a
do you
pretty. Yeah, I mean that sounds like a pretty good routine. It's better than what I do.
I think you agree with me.
I feel like it's pretty.
routine?
I don't have one. I feel like it's pretty subjective though.
Okay.
Like as in like some things would work for some people, some things wouldn't.
Right.
I feel like I feel like taking a break from anything and like just like kind of giving yourself enough time to actually reset off that. Like you said, like not just going back and forth, like that can help a lot.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Like, don't go back to social media. Like, I feel like if I were to do this technique, I would definitely go try and do something productive, but
Yeah.
not that's like not challenging. Like I said before, washing a dish or grabbing an orange from downstairs and peeling it and eating it. Like,
Yeah, something just to like keep
orange
your
is
mind
good for you.
distracted for a couple seconds.
Yeah. Just don't open social media. Your mind's gonna be distracted with dopamine, and then you're gonna be instantly like, "Ooh, I
Ooh,
really wanna watch a
candy.
video now."
Ooh,
Yeah,
candy.
literally, ooh, candy.
Ooh, candy.
And there was something I see. I keep getting distracted, but every time I bring this like something up, something else pops in mind that I did like some research on. Even if you don't have a smartphone in your pocket or on the table or not even in sight, when you're in the room with a smartphone, your productivity is reduced by about 30 to 40% because it's so easily distracting.
Yeah.
So, if you're ever trying to reach me, people, basically just Ashton. And
Yeah.
I'm not responding, and I said I'm working on homework, chances are I literally don't have my phone is in my room and I'm in my study room. Like I leave my phone here for a reason. So I don't get distracted. Because I will be like, "Oh, okay, take a little break, gonna look on Facebook." Or take a little break, I'm gonna watch like a quick YouTube thing.
It all just comes down to how bad you want it.
it.
Anything that we're saying is absolutely achievable. It just comes down to how you want it. Because I mean, like obviously, it's very easy to speak about this kind of stuff, like on a very one-layered argument of like, oh yeah, this causes this cause and effect. But like actually implementing it is extremely hard. Like obviously, like we're not just saying like the dopamine hits, like it's literally addicting. Like short form content is literally meant and formulated to be addicting. So it's like ditching it and just like getting rid of it and stopping it, you're addicted. It's not easy.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to just put it away and be like, oh, that's fine. No, it's gonna take time.
It takes discipline.
It will take discipline, and that's a big. That's why I love this topic. That's my goal, is to help inform people on not just why it's happening, because the why is pretty easy to figure out. The effects of it, which has a lot of detriment to our like date. Like I am a culprit of this too, but like when you're down eating with people, a lot of people pull out their phones. Like
Yeah.
they don't even talk to people, and it's not a great look.
I feel like
I
people
do it
should
too,
have a
so
1 day a week
I'm not above
detox
it.
from their phones.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
You know
unless you
what?
like absolutely need to be on it, like for the absolute essentials. Because I mean, like our entire lives are off our phone now. Bank accounts, like everything is off our phone now. So I mean,
Shopping.
it's understandable that you need to be on your phone at this point, but at least like just keep it bare minimum. Just like try to
Limit it.
detox a little bit.
Try that.
Yeah,
Like
just like
even
once a week.
even if you can't do it for the whole day, do it for like 12 hours. Don't count when you're asleep. Do not count when you're asleep.
Yeah.
That is cheating.
Yeah, don't
is
just
a
like take a nap for
cheating.
8 hours and be like, hey guys, so only got 4 hours left on this detox.
Nope.
Obviously, that doesn't count, you
Dude.
cheaters.
Is like 12 hours is almost when you wake up and when you go back to bed.
Yeah.
More or less.
Give or
Try
take.
that. When you wake up, like let's say you wake up at 8 a.m., go till 8 a.m. at night to check your phone. Unless, when we say absolutely necessary, it's not like, oh, I need to check how many followers I have.
Yeah.
Check only if you have like a real reason, like
Yeah, say like
someone
your
is in the
mom's in the
hospital.
hospital, like yeah, like
Like yeah,
something
like
something
I
actually
knew they
worth
went
value.
to the hospital. Like I knew they went to the hospital. I want updates. Only turn on a notification
And
for
like
that update.
most of you
Nothing
guys are
else.
not gonna have that going on. Like most of you guys are
No.
like in college or something, bro. Like you can take a day or two off your phone, or at least off of social media, bare minimum. You don't need to be on
Yeah.
social media. Like just detox yourself.
Absolutely. Could not agree more.
Like, and
That
if you
would be
want
one
the
of
news, go read the newspaper. Like,
exactly. Or even
like
Google.
challenge
Just, like,
yourself to read a little bit.
yeah, like there's so many ways to find information that doesn't have to be through social media.
It's also extremely fun and stimulating to read. Like I don't know, when growing up, I used to love to read like mystical books and like I used to read like the Magic Tree House and everything, like books that were like extremely like exciting. But
Yeah.
I went to a mental hospital like 3 years ago, and it's literally like prison. Like I was literally in like a prison cell by myself, couldn't leave, couldn't do anything, no electronics whatsoever. All I had was books. And you know what? It took me being forced to read. I mean, obviously I wasn't forced, but you know, it took me like having nothing but reading to realize how fun reading actually is. Like I really enjoyed reading. It's a lot of fun. It really brings back your imagination and allows you to immerse yourself in a way that's like not, you know, always visually stimulating. And
Ashton, you brought up a point a long time ago, probably like 40 minutes ago now. Libraries, when people say libraries, well, they're probably going to like fall because, you know, we have everything at our fingertips. Like,
Yep.
when you read something online, like that's on a website or something, you retain it less than if you read it in a book
Yeah.
or on paper. So, libraries won't fall, hopefully, because those books are still useful. Please go read books, read physical books. They will help so much, I hope. And if they don't
You're the
don't
problem.
sue me.
Yeah.
Sue at.
Yeah, don't blame it on me. You're dumb, I'm not.
Yeah. Um, Ashton, is there any points that you want to bring up as a final note, or
I feel like we've kind of discussed everything there really is to without like oversaturating it too much. Because I mean, I feel like this is a pretty broad topic that everybody's fully aware of.
it's people are aware of it, absolutely, and our goal wasn't necessarily to bring awareness to it. We wanted people to be aware of like like why it's happening and stuff, because obviously people know it's happening, and the why is not too difficult to find. The harmful effects, though, like I said, people, teenagers especially, are easily distracted. Car accidents are happening. Social media is taking away our attention span. We're losing connections with people, physical connection with people, because we're so connected to technology. So, be present. Be in the moment.
The one takeaway from this is do your best to be mindful, and if at least one day a
don't
week
live your life
challenge yourself to
through your
detox.
camera.
Yeah.
Don't live your life through your phone's camera.
You only
Live your life
get one
through your
life.
own eyes.
You can't get time back. So go spend it doing things that are actually worth value to your one life that you get.
No one has a one up to use.
Yeah.
So better make it count. Absolutely. And stay focused. Get your homework done. If
Yeah,
you're
stop being a
listening to this
bum.
while doing your homework.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this while doing your homework and you're actually being productive, congratulations. We're proud of you. If you started doing your homework and got distracted by this, shame on you.
Type 1 in chat if you understood the assignment. Type 2 in chat if you don't understand the question. Type 3 in chat if you're tired.
A fool.
Yeah.
And type 4 in chat
If you love chickens.
if you love chicken. All right.
Is that the
I
end?
covered the points I really wanted to.
I don't
If you
really
nothing
have any
else to
points
say-
to bring to it. I feel like
Well,
you've covered everything pretty well.
I thank you for coming on this talk with me. I think we
Coming on
probably
this
talked
talk
for an
show.
hour.
Yeah, we talked for an hour and 8 minutes.
Yep, and literally put on my like plan essentially that I can always put in excerpts if it breaches the 20-minute mark. We're like thrice that, so
Yeah.
like 3.5 times that. So
Yeah.
not
Hey,
complaining.
you know what?
He
In
was
fact,
fine
you don't
with
even
it.
have to do the challenge this week. If you made it all the way through this like podcast talk show thing we got going on,
Good
congratulations.
job.
You listen to a
And
long
if you
foreign
remembered
content.
something, articulate it.
Yeah.
Tell people. You don't even have to share the video. We don't care. Well, Ashton might care.
Paraphrase.
I don't.
Annotate.
But tell people. I'd rather the message get spread
Exactly.
than people just
It better. We want it to be like a virus.
exactly a virus that helps people
A virus that is healthy.
that you don't need a vaccine for. You don't need a vaccine for this virus.
A virus with no cure.
Your immune
Gadget, you're
system will not
dead.
fight it.
Uh,
Oh, we're terrible.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ashton, so much.
Dude,
And
thank you for this
everyone
great
that
talk.
listened. Dude, this was awesome. We need to do this again.
All right, is that it?
Oh, yep. Love you. Bye.
Yep. All right.